Okay, here are some words. Reasonable doubt, a red Corvette, presumed innocent, the state, the defendant, other explanations. Okay. I have been picked to be on a jury, and I'm going to explain what happened. The defense attorney and the prosecution attorney, the prosecuting attorney, or we say the prosecution. There's the defense, and then there's the prosecution. To prosecute, they're attacking. They represent the state. This is a criminal case. The defendant was accused of grand theft. Now, if he is a thief and he stole something, he committed a theft. He stole something. He is a thief. In the United States, even if we have evidence, the state has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the theft took place. And so the defense attorney said everybody has a bubble around them of innocence. He is innocent, and he is presumed innocent. Presumed means they think. We have to look at him and say, he is innocent. And they did a good test. They said, if we were to take the vote today, even though he looks guilty, I mean, he had braids in his hair and he looked like this, and we heard that he took possession of a car. I could imagine this guy taking possession of the car. The defense attorney asked, if you were asked to vote right now, is there anyone who would say, I don't have enough information how to vote? And that's when I said, I don't know whether he did it. And she said, no, that's the wrong answer. If you were voting now, you'd have to say that there was no evidence given by the state. All that they said was that he was arrested and charged. But if you voted now, you'd have to say he's innocent because there has been no evidence shown. So that was a good test. If we vote now. But what's going to happen is tomorrow the prosecuting attorney will present evidence. They will explain what they say happened. The defense can answer, or they can say, look, we believe that you have not proven that he took this car beyond a reasonable doubt. Maybe they will say he borrowed the car, but he had her permission, and then she changed her story. That's a possible explanation. Or he found the keys, and he was only moving the car. Maybe that doesn't sound like a good explanation. That's not a reasonable doubt. Reasonable means something that, well, you explain. What do you think reasonable is? Reasonable is something that a person who's thinking, who's reasonable, will say, you know, maybe there's been a problem. And they gave a good example. If you saw a red Corvette, you know, a really fast car, parked on the side of the road, and a policeman with his lights on behind him, what do you think happened? Well, my first reaction was the red car was driving too fast. And the defense attorney said, now wait a minute. You're judging and you're already convicting that red car without knowing any information. Can you set aside your bias? Can you set aside your prejudgment, your prejudices, what you think and your stereotypes, what you think about red cars? Can you put that on the side? And she said, what are some other explanations of why that red car is on the side of the road and why a policeman has his lights on? And if you can think of a reasonable other reason, a reasonable excuse, then that's a reasonable doubt to say, well, maybe they weren't speeding. See? So, the defendant is the red Corvette, and all we know is that he was pulled over. We don't know if he really took this car. So, I will explain more tomorrow.